If you hear dogs barking in the background, it's because I've got a steak sitting in front of me that my dog has now seen. It was Willie Nelson's birthday yesterday. He turned 2 years old, so he's not a baby anymore. He's not a puppy anymore. He's theoretically like a dog, like a full-grown dog. He acts like a puppy, though. He looks like a full-grown dog. He's looked like full-grown dogs since he was like 6 months old. He's a huge fucking dog. Like, if you've ever seen my dog, and you have probably if you follow me on Instagram, and it's a long way since the puppy in a truck episode when he was just a pup and I had him on my lap and he was just sitting on me and hanging out. He's a big boy now. It's a big dog. Speaking of the big dogs, we got the big dogs going on right here tonight. Oh yeah, we got the big dog. I thought I'd give you an extra episode because I feel like you kind of got cheated out of, like, just cheated and lied to about how good this next episode was going to be, and I screwed you out of it because last episode I was like, it's going to be so good, and then someone was just like, fuck, are you high? Number one, to answer your question, I'm high on life at all times. Like, at all times, I'm high on life. Number two, none of your fucking business. But, like, would you have to be high to get through that many hot sauces? Just, like, you tell me, okay? I didn't say this is, like, Chelsea fucking lately or anything. Chelsea Handler's a garbage human being, but I won't go there. Episode 111, are you fucking kidding me? Whoo, I broke 110. Holy shit, I'm breaking all kinds of records lately. Holy shit, I'm the man. She's the man. She's the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. Everybody say, just say you're the man. You're the man. No, I'm the man. Don't be confused. I know it's confusing. Favorite color, orange. Cheers to you. I've got some very special KoolAid tonight that I put like extra things in, like extra like lemon. I like fresh squeezed lemons in it. So it'd be like a lemonade to help me with this hot sauce. A beautiful steak resting. So I'm trying to do this so it's nice and still like good because I just did it with butter in the pan, hot as frig when I put it on this plate so it's resting. So it would cook a little bit more. But yeah, 41, like my birthday's passed. 41 is freaking so much fun. I like being 41. I feel like I've aged like a fine bourbon. I feel 17 again. Some people are telling me that like they don't feel like they've aged like a fine wine or a fine bourbon. They feel like they are like a cheap ass box wine. I like what? I'm sorry that maybe your kids make you tired, or your job makes you tired, or whatever it is making you tired. That 41 is making you feel like 101. I hear a dog crying in the background, crying out for steak, and the answer is no. Fuck you. But get up, stand up. Stand up for your right to be 17 again. I feel like Zach fucking Efron for crying out, Pete. It's great. Everything's better, like, with age. I don't know what it is. Everything's going up. My sex drive, definitely. I don't know what 40-year-old women and women above their 40s and people that identify as female over their 40s. Apparently, we're like 18-year-old boys, 16-year-old boys. Got a mouth on me like a 16-year-old boy, and I'll tell you. Got a sex drive on me like someone who just found their pecker. I'll tell you that much. My, tolerance to heat is gone up, like, especially, like, heat, like hot sauces, definitely. My tolerance to cold has gone down, like, the actual cold weather, like, the tolerance of that. I have stopped having a great tolerance for it. I'm building my tolerance back up by doing things like I went snowshoeing this past week. It was the shit. So I was outside a lot, snowshoeing around the ponds and stuff. I was going on field trips with the kids and shit, exposing myself to all the germs. Oh my God. But honestly, my people tolerance has gone up. I used to have like zero tolerance for people because I didn't know that I was autistic. I just thought I hated people. And I didn't know that I had ADHD. So I'm just like, oh, people suck, and that's just the way it is. No. Not all people suck. A lot of people suck. I'm not gonna lie. We're not living in the nicest world. But no, it's not that all people suck. It's just that you gotta pick and choose your battles and pick and choose your people too. Like I say, I feel good, James Brown style. So I decided to create another episode this week because last week, like I say, Holy smoke, I got smoked out by that hot sauce. And like I say, welcome to episode 111 of 21st Century Rocker Mom podcast with me, your smoky hot MILF friend of a host, Tandy Candler. I'm here with you, hanging out bi-weekly, weekly, whenever the fuck I feel like it, I guess. Whenever I'm going to come on. I feel like I left a little prematurely last week. Like I say, I got a little, a little quick on the trigger. But like, that sauce was garbage sauce. It had no flavor whatsoever. It just tasted like bitter, like absolute bitterness with too much cayenne pepper. And when I say bitter, it's like the kind of bitter that you can only describe if you've had it. And I can describe the bitterness as the same bitterness as you get with wormwood. Now, the only reason I know about wormwood is because wormwood is like the active ingredient in wormwood tea, which is something I used to take as a kid with traditional Chinese medicine and actual Eastern European folk medicine. For bad stomach, when you have a sore stomach, you drink what my grandparents would call woodworm tea, but it'd be wormwood because Polacks say everything backwards. But it's also the active ingredient in absinthe, and it's what is the psychoactive ingredient. It makes you see the green fairy and ride the green dragon, not puff the magic dragon, but see it and hallucinate and stuff. And like, I'm talking like not absinthe that you buy at the liquor store or the liquor depot or the liquor barn or the variety store or the convenience store where you're getting liquor. Like, I'm talking about like imported fucking actual absinthe. Or if you've been to any Eastern European country that produces absinthe, you know, I'm not going to name any country names, but you know who you are. And you know what the countries are too that produce it. Have you seen Moulin Rouge, like that part where the green fairy pops up? Like, that's not bullshit. Like, this stuff makes you trip your balls off, but real absinthe tastes like straight up shit. That's why they put a sugar cube with it and you do it a certain way. You're supposed to take absinthe a certain way. There's this like absinthe spoons and there's a whole method behind doing absinthe. But wormwood itself is so very bitter that it's just absolutely disgusting. And this stuff tasted like absolute bitter wormwood, like earwax mixed with death. It was just terrible. So it's just like I say, it wasn't the heat. It was the bitterness. And it was worse than absinthe. And if you ever drank it, you'll know the taste. It's got the taste. And that's just not, it doesn't get the girls. It doesn't get the boys. It doesn't get anybody. It gets the hate. It's the taste gets the hate. But you know me, I'm a lover of hot sauce and I'm also a glutton for punishment, as you know, and laughs. What kind of heat can we punch through in this episode? So we're going to see what kind of heat I can punch through. I'm saving all that stuff till a bit later. I found some cool THC and CBD infused hot sauces. I haven't gotten them yet. I found a CBD infused beard oil at my local head shop, I will say. And though I was impressed that they carried it, the company that makes it, it's not the head shop. There are other companies, for instance, like cool companies like the Hemp Wizard beard company, like the Hemp Wizards out of Florida. They use more CBD in that company than this company does. Just like, and you can't get Hemp Wizard, unfortunately, yet in Canada because they can't bring terpenes over the border. Why not? I don't know. Like, weed's illegal here. However, you know, you can't do that. But if you are listening to this and you can get Hemp Wizard beard products, get them. Because this stuff, like even this full spectrum CBD that this oil offered for your beard, the other stuff that was in it, I was just like, no. The carrier was just not good. But I found some CBD and THC infused hot sauces, which I'm going to get under my belt pretty soon, see what we can do with those. Obviously, like I say, my birthday came and went, and it was actually not too bad this year. Like, it wasn't horrible. Got top of my drink because lend me your comb. It's not time to go home. I'm going to need this. Got to get through this episode. I'm not going to like chicken out and wuss out and chase myself out of here with hot sauce. I'm going to do this shit. But like I say, this birthday was good. My kids got me some hilarious shit. Like, if you saw my Instagram, I was talking one day about doing my daily routine and what I take. And one of my kids got me shot glasses of Care Bears, except they're swear bears. They say things like, fuck this, fuck you, you're an asshole, you're a cunt. Like just funny shit. And then like, cause my swear bear routine every day is what I take. So I take a Greens Plus tablet. I have to like write it all down on what I take, because I take omega 369 oils, like fish oils and fatty acids and stuff like that. I take an iron supplement. I take a mushroom complex, which is just like a bunch of like different cordyceps and lion's mane mushroom and like things that keep your skin good and your brain good. A multivitamin, vitamin B12, a D3, my ADHD medication. I take anxiety medication. I take a CBD gummy. Sometimes I will take a leave. I always take an 81 milligram low dose aspirin. And the shit that's in the shot glasses with the swearing all over them is I take raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. That's very important to get the raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. That way it's going to be really good for your gut health. And then I take this stuff called Zambucol, which is an elderberry extract, which has got a super like dose of vitamin C in it and other vitamins. It is an antiviral. I take it when I'm not sick. I take it when I am sick. And I do take a spoonful of raw superpower honey every day that's got royal jelly and stuff in it, because that's good for your allergies and stuff like that. But it's also a local honey. So anything within a 100-kilometer radius of your house, you want to take that for allergies if you get allergies. And I get allergies year round. There's very few months of the year when my allergies actually fucking stop. It's bullshit. There can be nothing blooming and I'm fucking sneezing like a bitch. Ridiculous. I'm just like, I'm fine. I'm fine. That's what I take every day. That's my live forever combo of medication and shit that I take every day, all my witchy potions. Then, the kids know that I write constantly for all of my modalities of work, for the grooming company, for the podcast, when I'm writing music, when I'm crossing things out, when I'm writing anything, notes, doing taxes, whatever, like business stuff. So I got a plethora of like sparkly pens, and I was like, ooh, I want to read these together. And my kids were like, oh, there's a pen for each day of the week. And what, they know is they got me a pen for each day of the week. What they didn't know is the swears that were on these pens. Oh my God. One was like, suck a dick Saturday, wish a bitch would Wednesday, thunder cunt Thursday, motherfucking Monday. Just like hilarious. And they're all sparkly. So like the kids are like, can we use them? And I'm like, maybe I'm going to get you a different pen, but they're so fancy, right? I'm just like, oh my gosh, fancy. Nancy, you can't use this pen because if they see what's on them, they can read, right? Like both my kids can read. So no, they just thought they got me sparkly pens. But like I say, I cannot tell you how hard I laughed opening one by one of their sweary gifts, because my son got me like a super sweary coloring book for Christmas. And it's like, there's like things in there like that, like you're a fucking goddess, like I love you, bitch. He knew it was a motivational coloring book, but he didn't know, because there's no swears on the front. He just knew it was a motivational sweary coloring book, so he knew it would be funny and I would love it. So he got it, and it's amazing. Like I love you, bitch. And then I'll tell you, the best birthday gift, whoo, it blew my head off more than any hot sauce like probably ever did. As I sit here. My Playboy, I got my Playboy jersey on. One of my favorite Playboy models actually passed away this week, and they're trying to find out what happened to her. And I'm not going to talk about that too much this episode until actually I find out what happened and what's going on. But she's 45, not too much older than me, and she was found passed away in her Las Vegas home. So I put some stuff about her in my story. She was like a pinup model, and then she went on to Maxim and Playboy. Like I said, I really liked her a lot. She paved the way for a lot of women, especially a lot of Asian women, and in the adult industry, because there wasn't a lot of Asian representation as far as that's concerned. And she was really paving the way for those women and those female represented and female presenting folks. And it's kind of tragic that she passed away. So I'm not going to address that until I actually find out what happened to her, because I don't want to like crap all over her death or anything like that. Like I say, that got me. And then what also got me is, like I say, it was something for my birthday, the best birthday present. You wouldn't believe what it is. So I go into my closet to get ready for the day, because my birthday was on a weekday, getting the kids ready for school and whatever. And I had to get dressed myself. And then I always get up early before everyone else. And there was a big box, and it looked like 4 like LPs, like record albums. And I thought it was maybe some Beatles thing. Maybe a box set of Taylor Swift records. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could have been anything. I was like, what is this? looked like 4 records. I'm like, okay. So I open it. Whoo! And what's in there is a big canvas of my dad. It's like a painting like of my dad holding my firstborn, like my son. And his beard's just so like majestic in it. It's one of my favorite pictures of him. It's up on the wall. I don't even know if it's in the frame of the shot, but I put it up on my Instagram. It's just like my favorite picture of him like on canvas. It's my favorite picture of him with my son. I have a favorite picture of him with my daughter, and then I have a favorite picture of him just by himself. Like lots when he was younger, but now, like recent pictures, I wanted to have recent pictures of him. And Rob thought it was tragic that we didn't have big pictures of him hanging in the house. And so he did this, and it hit me in the feels. It was the first gift that I got that day, and I fucking lost it. Like I lost my shizzle because I was already emotional. I get up early in the morning, get emotional and stuff like that. My dad had a way of making me like my birthdays just because I've always struggled with them. And as I get older, I realize it's not the getting older. It's not the getting older that I've always struggled with my birthday. It's not getting older. It's not years that go by or anything like that. Nothing like that. No. It's the fact that I'm neurodivergent and I don't do change well. This episode's brought to you by cigars and then cigar cough. But like seriously, but really, like I don't do change well. Neurodivergent people don't do well with that stuff. And having ADHD and autism and getting diagnosed with that later on in life. And I tell people like, I'm neurodivergent and you're just fucking basic. You know what I mean? I don't deal with things changing in a big way. So when there is that change, and there is that big change, I don't love it. And it's hard to process because there's no permanence to it. And that kind of thing is hard because we creatures with ADHD and autism, we thrive on permanence and things staying the same and order and stuff like that. So if something changes, sometimes, even if it's a really good change, if it's a positive change, it's still tough to process. And that's the reason I have trouble with birthdays. I always try to get to the bottom of everything. I really try to do a deep dive. And speaking of change, one of my earliest business ventures involved getting some change, extra change in my pocket. It involved dentistry. Because I got into dentistry for forever, But one of the earliest business ventures, I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always wanted to make money my own self. So way before I got into dentistry, the Tooth Fairy for me was a great way to make some extra scratch. She was a great resource for extra money. So one day, I got an idea. Ping, a light went on my head. I had that aha moment. And I thought, denture teeth. All my grandparents wear dentures. I'm going to go pop a tooth out of a denture. I'm going to stick it under my pillow. And no one's going to miss a denture tooth if it's like a back tooth or something like that. If it's a front one, it looks like you got a cracked grill or whatever. Like 2 chiclets and one's missing. No, you don't want to do that. But if you can get a denture tooth out and put it under your pillow, I thought, I got it made in the shade. I got this Tooth Fairy fool. I want to get you tonight, bitch. I'm going to get this bitch. So I put the tooth under my pillow. And the next day, I got a note from the Tooth Fairy saying, Tanya, dear Tanya, the jig is up. I know that's not a real tooth. P.S. I'm watching you, from the Tooth Fairy. Well, fucking hellfire and shit. That's snakes and hellfire. That's so scary. So I'm living in a police state. I'm going to have a piece of this steak and see how well I cooked it. I'm living in a police state with the fucking Tooth Fairy watching every move that I make. So scary. And then, yep, I made the steak awesome. And then she says she's watching me. And then the jig's up. She knows what I did. So now, I'm scared a bit of the Tooth Fairy. I'm like, that's not bad enough. I've not been able to be like I don't lie, and I haven't been able to be unfaithful since around that time. Because around that time too, I was a little asshole. And I did something for the first and last time. I was about 3-4 years old, older than my kids are now. Both my kids, even my youngest. I went into the convenience store with my mom. And I stole 3 jelly beans. I stole them. I put them in my hand. I stole 3 jelly beans. They were tiny jelly beans. It was around Easter time. When we got out of the store, I said to my mom, I showed her what I did. She goes, where'd you get those from? We didn't pay for those. I thought, I know. I took them. Why'd you take them? Because I wanted to, you know? My mom was like, I want you to go back in the store. I want you to tell the lady what you did. So she made me walk back into the convenience store. It was the Hasty Market. The Hasty Market on Andover, I believe. It was the Hasty Market on Andover. And holy shit. This lady, and I think my mom was just like, give it to her. Like, scare the shit out of her so she never does it again. This lady did not go easy on me for being a little kid. Holy fuck, she let me have it. She was like, Dory, you did this. This is so wrong. Like, I'll put it this way. I never stole fucking anything. Except maybe a couple of hearts. Again, for the rest of my life. I never stole anything. Like 3 jelly beans. That was the first and last time I've ever stolen a thing in my entire life. Because fuck that shit. It was horrifying. That bitch put the fear of God in me. What can I say? My kids are used to these kinds of stories, so I don't think they're going to get into the trouble, like so much trouble in the trouble that I did, because the bar is set high, because like I was like a total asshole. So like the bar is set high. So I think some things never change because I'm still a total asshole, because I get called an asshole a lot, because here we go. And I'm not going into, this is not man hate again, because I'm not a feminist, because I think the feminism was built for white women, by white women, and only benefits white women. So I don't believe in feminism. I think that feminism is actually really racist. But that is a topic for a completely different episode. But like I say, I'm preempting this with, I am not a fucking feminist, or traditional feminist, as you would call it. Here we go. Girls and people that identify as women. Girls being strong and getting called bitches, not ballers, and getting called sluts, not like heroes. Because to quote Taylor Swift over and over, like, if I was a man, like, I'd be the man. Like, fuck. It's true. I learned this over and over. Like, I learned this constantly. And this week just fucking drove it home for me. Like, completely drove it home for me. Prove me wrong. I'd love that. I'd love it if someone could prove me fucking wrong. But this week, like I say, I dropped a new scent with the grooming company. And nobody believed me that it was like awesome, until other people who were men vouched for me, and they're like, Tanya's legit, her company's legit. You know what would be cool? If like people would just like listen to what I said and like believe me without having to be backed up. I love being backed up. Especially by the men that say, you know, like that are down with like the equal like rights. Like, my company is for everybody. That's why it's a safe space company. It's not just for men or women. It's whatever your gender is. It's whatever you identify as, whomever you identify as, like whatever you identify as, however you identify. My company is, do you have hair on your body somewhere? There you go. My company's for you. But the thing about identifying as a female and having a company that is used by a lot of folks that are predominantly identifying as male or are male, is that once in a while, you know, and just like in music, there's a few people, and they're generally folks that identify as male. There's a few misogynistic women too, do not get me wrong, because I know some misogynistic women and they're worse than men, like way worse. They want to tear women down so hard. And it's fucking crazy, but like, seriously, to quote Taylor Swift very, very seriously, I would be complex. I would be cool. They'd say I play the field before I found someone to commit to. That would be okay for me to do, because every conquest would make me more of a bad ass to you. It's true. Everything she says in that fucking song, like, she'd be a fearless leader and she'd be an alpha type and she'd have everyone believe her. Like, what's that like? And I identify with that so much. Like, what is it like to just open your mouth and have everyone believe you because you're a dude? Like, I'll never know because I'm a chick or I identify with being female. So I don't have that. I open my mouth and some people listen, and then some people will be open to trying whatever it is, whether it's music, beard products, grooming products, hot sauce, whatever, like a guitar product. I'll say, oh, these strings are awesome. Or this band really rips, they're fucking heavy. And then another dude will be like, oh, this band rips, they're really fucking heavy. And then, someone listens to them. I'm like, hey, I've been saying that band's like heavy for like 6 months. Whatever. What I'm saying, it's when people get really open and then they like kind of listen, and then I get backed up by a bunch of dudes and then people listen. It's frustrating to never kind of like know. And I know that I'm never going to know what it's like to just be listened to and be believed without anyone backing my ass up and being like, well, yeah, I can vouch for Tanya. Yeah, totally. I can vouch. I'm like, thank you. But like, I can do it myself, but I have to have people vouch for me, which is crazy. Like, times have changed, but they haven't. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. Fuck. Because like I say, if I was a man, I'd be the man. Like Taylor Swift. I put in like the work and I hustle my ass off, but still I get shit. Even like a 16-year-old girl in a metal band that like clearly rips. We've been told by all kinds of record labels and other bands, we're touring with huge bands that are double our age and telling, man, you girls rip. But there's always a few little fuckers and, doubts, and there's people's criticisms. And you know what? I wait for them because I invite them, because I expect them. They always come, and then I address them. And my presidential official address is this. So here it goes. I gotta read it to you, as I wrote this earlier. I think I got blood on it. Oh, fuck. From what? I don't know. Steak, maybe? Gender has no bearing on anything. Like, it has no bearing on my sense. It has no bearing on my music, my ability, any of my products that I produce in any way as a content creator. It never has. It never will. I'm an all-inclusive lady. I'm not a man hater. I don't like misogyny, like in any form. And again, that goes both ways. It has zero to do with gender, misogyny, like I said before, because I know so many females and those that I identify with being female and present as female that are the biggest misogynists I'll ever meet, and I'll never fucking understand it. That said, I don't have to. I don't have to like it, but I will address it. I'll talk about it always. And I'll address those folks if they come at me. I'll keep my side of the street clean, but I'll address them if they come at me if I need to. I don't need to come and attack anybody. There's no reason. I'm not going to come at someone for just standing still unless they've done something to me or someone close to me. I'm not going to come at them. There's no reason for that. I've calmed down so much in the last year or so, 2 years. I don't know. I feel like as a lady, not many people actually believe you until a man vouches for you and says, hey, I can vouch for her. Like, her band's fucking heavy. I can vouch for her. Her products are the shit. I can vouch for her. She's a cool chick. I can vouch for her. She's, this, she's that, or someone will say, oh, Tanya's a real spaz. And then other people will say, oh, actually, no, I can vouch for her. She's got autism and yeah, she's a spaz, but she's cool as fuck. I'm like, okay. Thank you for being ableist, but also vouching for a bitch. That's cool. I wonder what it's like to have someone take you at your word because of your gender. I wonder what that's like. And for those of you who do have people that just take you at your word because of your gender, I want you to think about being in the shoes where, because of your gender, someone doesn't take your word for it at all. They just don't believe you because of your gender. Think about how fucked up that is in the world we live in today. Think of all the things we have and the things that we believe in, the ideologies and idealisms we have. And think about how fucked up it is if someone doesn't believe you because of your gender and will only believe you when you have others of the opposite gender, the gender that they think is the more powerful sex. Because obviously women are still thought of as the weaker sex. It's just the way that it goes, homie. Like the patriarchy runs deep, has for a long time. It's not anyone's fault, specifically. I mean, there's some people that make it worse than others. If you don't have like this going on, like I say, like the patriarchy is crazy. It's crazy. The same guys who, like, I'll say, the same people, and they're men, most of them are men or male presenting, the same men who shit on what I do or shit on, like, girl stuff, you know what I mean? And me being, like, a female entrepreneur are the same, like, guys that are in my DMs instead of in my comments, you know what I mean? And sending me dirty shit that I should probably screenshot and fucking send to their wives. But I wouldn't do that. No. We're in a different century. Like I say, we're in a different time. I mean, I could do that, but that's just not my screenshotting things and sending them to people's wives is just not my style. Those people get found out eventually on their own. I don't need to help. That's not my fucking business, and I don't care. Now, if you don't have a bit on the side and you do want a little something, but I mean, you don't want to cheat. This is not cheating. This is not cheating I'm talking about. Maybe you want something spicy. That's not hot sauce. Like a spicy new sex toy, because there are some sex toys. I heard the other day about AI sex toys and AI dildos. Someone was over the other day and they said something about AI dildos, and I almost pissed myself. I'm like, I gotta write this down. I gotta do a deep dive on AI dildos for my podcast. Oh my God, this is hilarious. I'm so glad this room is fucking soundproof, because holy shit, I can hear out again, but nobody, like, I can hear what's coming in, rather, like, I can hear the dog out there, and like, but no one can hear me, which is great, thank God, because AI dildos is a real thing. I did a deep dive on this, and man, is it funny. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I was told, like they say, we're living in the age of AI, and it's going to be AI dildos and smart dicks and smart puss and all this other stuff. I had to look into this Roomba for your hoo-ha myself. I had to look at this pocket pussy and all these different things, these pocket rockets and all these different things. They have like an intelligent dildo that like goes in and then also like is like has some kind of sucker on it. I saw that one. I saw one that has, what is it from? It's a smart vibrator with AI and biofeedback, and that comes from Lioness. That comes with an app too. It's like an IO, a lioness.io. So that's got an app. So biofeedback from AI, crazy. There's a Chat GPT. It's the perfect pleasure companion for, it's from a sex tech company. They're called Lovens, not Love Sense. Because no one can fuck you better than you fuck yourself, apparently. Like, I guess maybe that's their motto, or if it's not, it should be. No one can fuck you better than you fuck yourself, so go fuck yourself. With this new sex tech fucking pleasure companion from Lovens. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. That's it. That's the new tagline. Amazing. And there's one that actually is an app, and it tracks orgasms. So it attaches to like your finger, and then the thing attaches with the Bluetooth to your phone or whatever, to the app. I don't know. So it tracks orgasms and the intensity of orgasms. I don't know exactly how it does it, but look into this. Go look. It's fucking, this is the craziest shit that I've found. Like, I find some crazy shit when I look, because, you know, I value these things. I actually got some time to watch a little bit of something, because I don't get a lot of time to watch things that I want to watch lately, because, you know, the kids have been sick. It's cold and flu season. It's crazy. Work has been off the chain, especially with like the new release coming down the pipe. Like, it's just been like nuts. Orders have been out the waz. I've been working constantly around the clock to keep things stocked and just going, because orders have been coming in like nuts. This new drop has been way better than my expectations. It's, like I say, it's flooded and exceeded my expectations, but I was ready. Like I say, I knew how long this one takes to make, especially with cold expressing techniques and cold, like steeping techniques, almost like a cold steep tea. I'm not going to tell you how I did it, the process of it, because everybody would be doing it. And then, but I think revolutionizing the hair world is fun. Got a lot of orders going out for that. But like I say, I got to actually sit down and watch a show on Netflix, and it was called American Nightmare. It was like a 3-part documentary series, and it's still not really totally resolved. It's almost like that movie that came out, Gone Girl, like where someone like staged something to help like an affair. Like this thing, the story of these people. And it's a real story that actually happened in 2015. And as the documentary unfolded, I kind of remembered the story being in the news about this couple who'd been like drugged and tied up, and like the girl had been kidnapped through the night, and like they got ransomed and stuff like that. And then like 2 days later, she got like dumped off on her parents' like lawn. And then the cops started pointing fingers at the couple, like, and it was clear that the couple had been traumatized and horrible things had happened to them. And they were getting blamed for kidnapping themselves and staging this whole thing. Now, there's been no evidence that they did stage this thing, but it's messed up. And there are suspects and stuff like that. But it was a really heart-wrenching documentary, and it really made me upset at the police work that was done there, because it really pointed the finger and at victims of sexual assault, and it really victim blamed and victim shamed, especially like trigger warning, especially victims of sexual assault and like rape victims, because this one officer, his name was like Colonel Mustard or something, like his last name was Mustard, but I can't remember if he was like a deputy or if he was a sergeant or what he was, but he was a police officer, but his last name was Mustard, and I'm just going to call him Colonel Mustard. He was a real asshole. I wish someone smacked him with the candelabra in the library. Fuck you, Colonel Mustard. Because he said that women who are sexually assaulted often lie about it so they can go through the thrill of having it again. And I don't know any sexual assault survivors, no matter what their gender, male, female, anything, no matter what they survive, and no matter how they identify, I don't know any sexual assault survivors that fake it again so they can relive the thrill. I actually don't know anyone who does this. So that Mustard guy, like, get rid of him and defund his fucking job, because he's a piece of shit. Another few nightmares I read about them in this book that I bought myself for my birthday. It's the history of the occult, you see. It's got some stuff about like Aleister Crowley. It's got some stuff about the Renaissance age and the magic and the discoveries that happened in the Renaissance. It's got like Hitler and the occult and the ruins of the Third Reich. It's got origins of like Louisiana voodoo. It's got all kinds of stuff in here. It's got some things about royalty. Let's just check it out. History of the occult. What do you want to hear about? Haruspicy, searching for meaning in animal entrails, Thoth magic, and Hermes Trismegistus. So ancient things that are shrouded in mystery, especially Hermes Trismegistus, if you know anything about that. There's Renaissance magic. There's the Kabbalah, which is ancient Jewish mysticism. Nostradamus, was he a fraud or does he really predict things? Enlightenment and occultism. Palmistry, reading your palm. The Ghoul Next Door, Home of a Cunning Woman, Tools of the Trade, a Witch's Spellbook, Jean or Genies, Tarot. There's tarot cards. There's Marie Laveau. She was probably one of the most revered and known voodoo priestesses, I guess, of New Orleans. Rosicrucianism. It's a mysterious kind of movement. It's a new movement, but it's not. Rosicrucianism has been around for a long time. Demonology. And then it has like the life of like Eliphas Levi, Hitler and the occult, Aleister Crowley, because he had kind of like, he was supposed to be the wickedest man in the world, according to, why was he the wickedest man in the world? I don't know, he was pretty fucked up, but I don't know if he's the most wicked man in the world. I got some articles, like I say, on Marie Laveau. Tarot cards. From the Chariot to the Hangman to Death and the Tower and the Devil, can you really play your cards right with the tarot? Origins of tarot cards are actually quite innocent. They became popular as playing cards in the 15th century, designed to play games like Italian tarocchini and French tarot. It wasn't until the late 18th century that they actually earned their reputation and their link to the occult, when they were started being used for the art of divination, specifically in newly popular forms of tarotology and cartomancy. Like it's like necromancy, but they're using cards to like predict your fortune. So that's when tarot kind of became an art that was really turned into something that was more occult. So it started out as a card game and then became something a little bit more dark. Things got dark. Just like the new scent that's coming out from Rockaholic. Just when you thought Stevie came out. A lot of people are bitching about the pink bottle and their vagina can't get past it. Okay, well, if your vagina doesn't like that, I got something else for your vagina. I got something really crazy and it's all dark. We're going fucking dark this Valentine's Day at Rockaholic. Well, February 1st, I got a new release for you. Again, this one's joining a particular Halloween sort of theme, but it's also joining a particular collection that I'm going to tell you about later on. Like, what can I say? There are nightmares everywhere, especially at the beard company and at the grooming company. That's a little nightmare for you. Another thing about being a lady doing the things that I do. Now, if I was a dude, like seriously, no one would ever question me. I'm being serious about this. No one would ever question. It's a thing that I've never got, even back to like my female friends, and we talk about it all the time. Like, why does so many people play a gender card and think that it has any bearing on anything? It's strange. It's strange. It's very strange. I don't know. I think that a long time ago, we all fought for like equal rights, and now like the lines are bending again. Like, we're just humans. So let's just do that. Let's just keep going and keep rolling with the human card and play the equal rights card. Not always play, I'm this, I'm that, I'm more powerful than you, I'm better than you because of this or that or the other thing, because you're not. We're all the same. I hate to tell you. I'm really about equal rights and about doing what you love and loving what you do. But if I was a dude, man, I'd be questioned less. And I wouldn't have like gross dudes in my fucking DMs, like I say, instead of my comment sections, sending things that would make their wives' heads fucking spin. But like I say, I don't take screenshots and send them to people's wives. Not my style. Like, I don't want to interfere in anyone's relationship. It's not my fucking business. I got enough to eat at home. Thank you very much. Thank you very fucking much. I don't give a fuck what that sounds like. Enough the BS. You know what I love? I love hot sauce. I love cigars. I love knives. I love beards. I love, there are things that I love. I love playing bass. I love mostly things that identify as like male things. I was actually talking to one of my kids' classmates the other day, and she said to me, "Oh, I dress like a dude, like I dress like a boy." I said, "You dress like I do." Like, we were both wearing like army pants, and we were both wearing like toques, and we were going snowshoeing. And she said to me, she's like, "Oh, I dress like a dude. Everyone tells me that I dress like a guy." And I said, "You dress how you dress." I said, when I was a kid, they'd always call it like dressing like a tomboy or acting like a tomboy. I said, because I liked playing Ninja Turtles and I liked playing Ghostbusters, and her and I really bonded, and like she talked to me a whole bunch and stuff. By the end of the trip, kind of, she's like, "Miss Tanya, can I sit with you? Can I sit with you? Can I sit with you?" Like, because she just wanted to talk about being herself, because I don't think she'd ever sat with a girl that was quite like her before. And there's a few kids in my son's class that are not the girly girls, the blonde girls that all listen to, Taylor Swift and, want to put on makeup. They want to get down in the dirt and, do survival stuff. So they had a blast with me at snowshoeing, because they're like, "Why do you have this in your backpack? Why do you have this in your backpack? Why do you have a poncho?" I'm like, "Well, it's good for a shelter. It's good if you ever need this. It's good to purify water. It's good for that." They were just fascinated. So I found some kids after my own heart, and the kids they had a blast. It was great. Snowshoeing, I haven't done it in years. Like I said, I used to do it with my dad. So it was nice to kind of go back to square one and do things that I do with my dad and do with my kids. And it's nice. We'll go back there in the summer now. Whew. I love cigars. And let's see if I can get randomly sauce here. Now, I can't have a cigar because I don't smoke inside. I can't even vape inside because I can't do it around the equipment, the recording equipment, any of the video recording equipment, sound recording equipment, all that stuff, instruments. Not a good idea to get smoke around those, or vape. Even though it is vapor, I don't want to get around it. So I can get hot sauce around here, but I need a story to tell you while I'm doing this to distract me and to make sure that that, you're going to get a story while I talk and see if I can keep my shit together. So Rob gave me kind of like an idea, like the idea of the week, like a question of the week. Like he didn't ask me a question, but he gave me like an idea of the week. And for the person who asked, like I say last week, is she stoned? Yeah, I was fucking stoned. And I don't give a fuck because something's got to get you through that hot sauce. If I wasn't stoned, I don't think I would have been laughing as hard as I would have. I would have been crying. So yeah. Also, none of your fucking business. I'm going to die on that hill, okay? So none of your business. Have we met? Have we met before? Of course I took a fucking edible before I did a hot sauce eating contest. Do you think I'm an idiot? Oh my God, have we met? So again, Rob wants to know how I plan out and execute my own restaurant on the ultimate budget, having as much money as I wanted, and having no limitations on decor, food, menu, experience, theme. So here we go. Number one, I got the perfect steak. I got some sauces. Like this stuff is just like a medium sauce from Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's has one of our good friends, one of Rob's colleagues, brings us things up from Buc-ee's in Texas. And this one's a peach habanero one. So this one's like one you can actually like get. I know where to get this one. So it's good. Have some hot sauce from Buc-ee's. Peach habanero. Buc-ee's products are always good. I'm going to cut off a piece of steak and then throw the sauce on. Just so I'm not saucing up the plate. I got a perfect mid-rare steak. Oh, it might even be a little bit more rare. There's blood running. And I'm just going to throw some sauce on it. It's peach habanero. So let's see how that rolls with that. Is it supposed to be medium? It's nice. I wouldn't say it's medium. I'd say it's more mild. And it heats about a 2 out of 10 because it's balanced with the sweetness. This next one, magic is real. We bottled it. We got Bravado Spice Company. This one is a pineapple and habanero. So we got peach and habanero, pineapple and habanero. I keep these in the fridge because I like cold hot sauce. Woo! The viscosities on these are nice. Now, restaurant-wise, what would I open? I would probably open like a bistro sort of restaurant with like a horror theme. I would make it a horror theme. Woo! Look how pink that is. And have hot sauces and horror, really. This is a really thin sauce. I don't like that. I do not like how thin that is. That just like flew out of the bottle. And I shook that too. Now I would have, hot sauce and horror themes. The decor would obviously be very dark and kind of, brooding. Purple and black and gold, a lot of that stuff. Let's see what this tastes like. Again, medium. I don't like how thin it was. Well, it's a little bit harder than the peach habanero, but the pineapple, I don't really taste it. Nice, but salty. Just don't taste it. And again, too thin for hot sauce. So we want to have a horror restaurant. Almost like this horror restaurant in New York City. I went to a horror restaurant in New York City. Everything was themed horror. It was awesome. I can't remember the name of it now. I haven't been since I was 16 years old. Now my kids have said, Mom, I want you to try this hot sauce. My daughter said she wanted me to try one with a rainbow on it. It's called Abducted. Mango habanero. Like, I don't know what's up with all the habanero. We got peach, we got pineapple, now we got mango habanero. It's got a good viscosity. So if I had unlimited like resources, I would make the menu like banging. So it would be like definitely built around horror themed dishes that looked like horror themed dishes, but also just the names where they came from, where you source things from, things from, maybe you got something from Haddonfield in a Michael Myers type dish. Let's see. Really salty. I don't taste mango. Steak habanero. And it's kind of messy. shoot, this one's really messy. Yeah. That one doesn't really taste like much. The rainbow one's not good. But no. I really want to make it like an immersive experience. So I probably have like horror movies or one horror movie playing at all times. And I have like thunder and lightning and theme rooms, like things to scare the shit out of people to make the experience more immersive. The dishes be immersive, you know, smoke coming out of dishes, because you can do things like that. You can smoke cheeses and smoke meats and like bring a dome and things like that. Like I've been to some pretty immersive dining experiences. I want to make it scary. So after we've been abducted, now we have Pele's garlic hot sauce. You can't go wrong with garlic if it's garlicky. And then, like I'd say, I'd want to have a bunch of different hot sauces. Like we have this place called Firehouse Subs. And their thing is like having a bunch of hot sauces. But I'd want to have hot sauces, but I'd also want to have it as like a challenge. Where if you could handle it, you'd get something. But you'd get something cool. Not like just like a t-shirt or like, you know, I conquered the hot sauce at what's it called restaurant. Like something cool from an eating challenge. Like really cool. Like your picture with like a scary monster like up on the wall. Like it'd be really cool. Like all the monsters would come out to meet you or something. That'd be the shit. Like your picture with a serial killer or something. Like the serial killer of the restaurant, not a real serial killer. I don't want to glorify anyone who's hurt anybody. Well, okay. Pele's garlic. I don't know what kind of pepper this is with. It looks like cayenne, probably. Let's not make a mess. This one's a little bit better because it tastes like something. Again, really salty though and thin. I don't know what's up with these thin sauces. It's killing me. It's all over the place. That one's going in the fridge. With the one from Buc-ee's. The Bravado one, I'm not too impressed. The taste is okay. It's still thin. It's still thin. Maybe I'll have to shake it up harder and just give it another try. What else we got going on here? So abducted's been done. It's just really messy and I don't want to get all over the place. We've got sweet jalapeno. I don't usually do the green sauces. So, what else would I do in my restaurant? I'd have some private restaurant rooms where they're so immersive, like you could eat in the dark and have a completely picked set course menu for you where you're blindfolded. So it's like you're in a fucking scary cult and they blindfold your ass. Been there, done that, and then after they blindfold you and shit, come off. After they blindfold you and shit, your food comes out, and then you get to try it with the blindfold on. Number one, it's gonna knock out one of your senses, so the food's gonna taste a little different. And you'll really taste the food. Number two, if somebody scary brings it to you, who knows what it's gonna be like or what's gonna taste like. So this is supposed to be a sweet jalapeno. Not bad. But again, I don't taste much of the sweet. I taste a little bit of the jalapeno. A little bit. Again, it's actually kind of salty. That's why I don't go for the green sauces as much. Sometimes if they have a lot of cilantro in them, I like that because it's fresh. Some people think cilantro tastes like soap. I don't. This one's jalapeno bacon. How can that be bad? Anything says it has bacon. I'm almost through all these sauces. There's not been one yet that has smashed me. We'll get there. I'm sure there's one my kid picked out that's like, hey, Mom, see ya. Some's making my nose run. But it's the hot sauce COVID. Your nose starts running as soon as you start having hot sauce. Do you have COVID? No. I've been doing the eating challenge. I'm just kidding. We've got a really bad cold going through our house just now, but not everyone's been COVID tested because that's what you do now. You just stick a swab up someone's nose just to make sure it is what it is. That's one of those Heinz 57 influenza bugs that, you know, it's a bad cold and flu season this year. It sucks this year. I will say that. That's a big piece of fat. I don't want to eat that. Well, I do. want to eat that, but I'd rather eat a hunk of meat. This is the smoky bacon jalapeno one. Let's see. Pour a capful in here. I'm going to just give it a, let's see. That one didn't taste like much of anything. Tastes like green sauce. Like, this tastes very green, like grass. Like, it tastes like grass. We got Pepe's whiskey habanero. We got garlic arbol, and we got extra hot garlic. Okay, we'll do garlic arbol. I like arbol peppers. They're nice. They're hot, but they got a nice, even, warm burn. They'd be good at the restaurant. I want an arsenal of horror-themed hot sauces as well. I'll be talking about horror-themed things soon, especially horror-themed coffees. Everyone knows how much that we enjoy Bones coffee around here. That's something that I drink and I put on the podcast a lot. It's been fuel. I've been talking about it, but there is a Canadian coffee company that's not too far away from me, actually, and we've been talking about doing a little something together. So stay tuned for that. Excellent coffee and excellent people. So you're going to see some of that coming down the pipe. So this is a garlic arbol. Oh boy. Let's see. It's just running off there. It's hot. A little bit. It's salty. Woo! Why so salty? My blood pressure's up this episode. This is the salt. But again, not hot. Standable. Good. I want something in my restaurant that you have to like sign a waiver to do. This is extra hot garlic, just cayenne pepper. There's a little bit of cayenne pepper, jalapeno, product of the USA, stored in a cool, dry place, vinegar. There's all the regular culprits, salt. I mean, it's good. It's a mediocre hot sauce, but it's good to, whew. Opening them is making me crazy. It's good to have all these little testers so I can dink around and see what I like and then see what I can get for the big balls. Like lately I've been loving Heartbeat hot sauce here, but I love Proper Heathen. They're a hot sauce that's just literally in town in London. And you can get Proper Heathen on the internet. Proper Heathen's got the best hot sauce I've had to date. To date. And that's a lot of fucking hot sauce. Proper Heathen has the best products. You can find them on Instagram. I will put up a link to Proper Heathen. I'm out of their hot sauce right now because that's how much I eat it. Let's see. Okay. Now we're talking. Extra hot garlic. That's more of like a 5 out of 10 for spice. But I actually taste the garlic. This one's excellent. It has just like a bunch of like fight the power like fucking fists, like Black Panther. Like fucking let's go. The Black Panther hot sauce, awesome. Now, I want one that's really going to smoke me out. Pepe's whiskey habanero. Let's go, Pepe. Like, it's the whiskey ones that sometimes get me because it's like I don't drink. It's not the peppers usually. It's whatever they've mixed it with. Whiskey, habanero peppers, ghost peppers, jalapeno peppers, arbol chilies, vinegar, salt, sugar, whoop, spices. There goes the fucking cap. Who knows where that went? I used the cap from another one that I didn't like. I didn't like that mango abducted one. It doesn't have any flavor. Not like the one last week. It had just the flavor of bitterness. And this one's really burning my fingers. So I know it might be hot. Woo! We'll see. At least the steak's nice and pink. It's beautiful. I cut the edges off it. Ha! Let's get a piece here. Let's see. If Pepe has the whiskey hot sauce from the habanero planet, that's going to smoke me out. Let's see. It's another good one. You can't get me tonight, hot sauce. I'm going to get up. I'm going to grab a few more. Let's see if we can do a few more and see if I can get one to kill me. Because what fun is this watching this show if you can't watch me annihilate myself? Tequila, let's go. Nothing has been hotter than a 5 out of 10 tonight. But I got some that's got like cayenne pepper like floating in it. Flaming habanero and extra hot habanero, and this one's got a skeleton on it. Smoky bourbon. Let's do that. A few more. Oh, that occult book is good. Maybe a history of an occult restaurant, like where you can put all kinds of weird stuff up. Put some L. Ron Hubbard stuff up there about Scientology, the father of Scientology. If you don't know anything about Scientology, that's one show that we're going to go down a rabbit hole with together. Scientology is a religion, and in my opinion, a cult. And, you know, there's worker bees and drones and, you know, how a colony works and hives and how bees work. Much like this, and L. Ron Hubbard, he's a business writer also, but he's the father of modern Scientology. There's Willie Nelson barking his balls off. Now let's see if I can smoke and burn my balls off. We got smoky bourbon with a really cool looking ska looking dude on it. Looks really cool. Looks like a rude boy. Looks cool. Oh, there we go. I get enough. Let's see. There's the smoke. I taste salt. No bourbon. That's disappointing. Hungry Man's Habanero. What's this one? It's got like a screaming ape on it. Extra hot habanero. Then we got jalapeno lime. Sometimes when something hits me with a lime and it's just a jalapeno pepper, it smacks. Like it slaps really good. So let's see about the jalapeno lime. Also because I think lime would be nice with a steak. I thought I'd be through this picture of Kool-Aid by now, but no. I'm not. We got to go back to my fantasy restaurant. But like, you know what I'd be doing in my fantasy restaurant? I'd be in the kitchen cooking like crazy. Like on that show, The Bear. That's won so many awards. Great show, tough watch, wonderful show. Emotional, kind of always leaves you wanting more. There's a lot of conflict on that show. I think my mom's like, I can hardly watch that show. It gets me so keyed up. I'm like, supposed to. It's your reaction. It's good. It's good. You're supposed to be reactionary. We're going to put some of that jalapeno lime sauce in here, and then we're going to throw it on here. It's probably going to be like a chimichurri, especially on a steak. Now, not hot, but bright. Yeah, lovely and bright. Oh, I knew that one was going to be good. So good. Now we got hot, flaming habanero that's going to supposed to be smoke my face off. So I'm gonna do my socials now, because you know where to find me. I'm on Instagram. You know how much I love Instagram. I love it. I'm on there all the time. 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me on Instagram. You can also find me at the Rockaholic Grooming Company, Rockaholic Grooming Co. Because I'm on there if you want to check out the grooming company and do something nice for your hair and your skin. You can find me on any other social platform. For instance, TikTok at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me streaming wherever you stream your fine podcasts. You can find me on YouTube at Tanny Candler channel. I'm always just doing something there. You can find me doing a short or the regular podcast. You never know what's going to pop on YouTube. Could be anything. You probably won't find me many other places. I don't have a Twitter or anything like that. I mean, I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it anymore. Since some of their rules changed, I'm just like not down with the tweet. No more down with the birdie. Both of these need a shake because this one has like cayenne pepper sitting on the top. I want an unfair advantage for this sauce. I got to pack orders tonight. More orders came down the pipe today, so I thought I was done with 26 the day before yesterday, but apparently there are another like dozen or so to go, so I'll be doing that. And I got lots of goodies to go with your orders. Wait till you see what I'm sending you all this time. You won't even believe what the hell is coming down the pipe. Now, hopefully, it won't be this hot sauce that's coming down the pipe. Try the last two here. And then, like I say, come see me. I'm glad that I'm a 41-year-old woman who still drinks Kool-Aid. This is the one with the Hungry Man on it. It's the Hungry Man's habanero. Looks like a skull guy. Looks like something I'd like on a... I think this is why I like hot sauce so much. They remind me of beard oil bottles. Fun. Yuck. Fuck that. That's not that it's hot. That tastes like a fucking flower. A fire flower. That's shit. That tastes like shit. Ugh. Ugh. What the fuck one was that? Yeah. Hungry Man's hot sauce. Ugh. It tastes like a fucking flower that somebody lit on fire. That's disgusting. Again, that's one that hurts the ear. It hurts the ear. Ugh. Ball sack. Nope. I don't like that at all. I'm going to eat some more meat to make the fire go away. It tastes like shit balls. Ugh. Ugh. It's a perfect combination of ass and butt. It's terrible. Ugh. Thank God for a well-made steak. Ugh. Ugh. It's like the spiciest funeral ever. Never eat this. Fuck this sauce, actually. Fuck it. It's going right in the bin with the other sauce that sucks. Okay, all the suckers over here. Ugh. Why did I do that to myself? Ugh. It was like a flower bed of death. Horrible. And the last but not least is the hot habanero. Extra hot habanero. I bet you it doesn't taste like the burning rain of fucking flower death. Terrible. Ugh. I feel like I embalmed somebody. I'm going to put this one just on the plate and just dip all the meat in it. Let's just go. Ah. Please don't be terrible. Oh! Thank goddess. It does not taste like shit. Ah, you know what? I'm going back to my old standard. Tried, tested, and true. Peach habanero from my favorite beaver and yours. Bucky Beaver. Finished my steak with that. I'm saying. On to you. Be kind to each other. Keep it tuned here. Keep it fucking spicy, man. Because, whoo! Now some of these are making me sweat. I can feel it kind of under my eyes and under my glasses. So I'm going to have some Kool-Aid. Cool off for a bit. Go outside, have a cigar. Another cigar. I can hear my arteries hardening as we speak. Like I said, be kind to each other. And if you can't find a reason to be kind, make one up. Figure it out. I'll see you either next week or the week after that. I don't know what my schedule will be. I'll see you. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. And I shall see you soon, my friends, on another episode of 21st Century Rocker Mom Podcast. Bye.